Looks like we're live.
We are live.
Well, okay. Hi there, and welcome to our video where today we're going to take a look at a house located at 283 Main Street in the city or town of Sherman, Maine. Tagg's probably asking herself, what in the heck are we doing in Maine? Tagg is my co-host on this little YouTube channel of ours where we focus on finding and sharing with our YouTube audience affordable housing solutions for everyday people. These houses are going to require you to put in some elbow grease and to bring your vision, but you can create your dream home and it'll be totally within reach. Put in the work, and before you know, you'll be kicking it back in a place that's truly yours. Your dream home isn't just a wish, it's a DIY away. Anyway, so today's house, as I said, in Sherman, PA, this is a single family home that is for sale for $39,500. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with 1,495 square feet. So a fairly decent sized house. It's got a 0.66 acre lot. So it's just about 2/3 of an acre, which is a pretty good size yard. It was built in 1900. It's got a 1-car garage, and we are looking at it on the realtor.com website where they have 23 photos. And I'm going to hand it off now to Tagg so that she can introduce the house to us.
Okay. Let's start with exterior pictures. And I'm having problems forming the words for it. I think the landscaping around it is pretty decent, but the style of the home is a little bit of an eyesore for me. It just gives me children in the attic type of vibe. But you know, let's see if it's roomy in there at least.
How about that third exterior photo?
You mean the second one?
Well, I think you just rolled down past the first 2 exterior photos. Is that the first one there?
Uh-huh.
I actually thought there was a different one. Maybe the 4th one's the different one? No.
Well,
are you still looking at exterior photos? Maybe this is an outdoor porch, and so this is included. But this, I think, is the 5th photo when you're looking at 4 exterior pictures. And hold up, go down a little bit if you don't mind. So is that the first photo that we see of the house?
Yeah, that was the first.
I thought it had a different angle, to be honest. Go back up to the top.
At the top, there is this one.
Yeah, so there's 2 exterior photos of the house just from 2 different angles. Weird to me.
Yeah. I wonder if the boat comes with the house.
I'm thinking it may probably do. You might need to replace that tire there that we can see, since it looks like the wheel's sitting on the asphalt or the gravel drive. And then below that, I think this might possibly be a well pump, wellhead. That's my best guess for this right here. I'm not sure. But anyway.
Yeah, it would be nice if it was a wider angle so we could see exactly where it is on the property. We know it's close to the home, but I don't see it in this first picture or the main photo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I don't either. So the possibility exists that we're seeing 2 of the sides. So the possibility exists that it's on one of the 2 other sides that are not shown. Oh well.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not going to get bogged down too much with that, are we? I don't think. What else you want to look at next? The street view, or you want to go into the house?
Yeah, let's take a street peek and see
Street
what's going
view.
on around it.
All right.
See if it's enticing, or you just might have a really nice land for 39,000. uh so all right. This seems nice. I mean,
I agree.
kind of, it sits back, which is good, so
It
you're not
is.
getting
Yeah.
a lot of road noise.
Yeah. I agree.
And neighborhood looks decent. You got a lot of property around, a lot of land around, so that's good. Some added bonuses.
Yeah. My first thought, if I may, keep interrupting you, continue with that, was that the house might be like right in the central part of town because, the address is in the 200s and it's called Main Street. That's
Hmm.
usually one of the primary roads in a town.
Yeah.
Anyway, just,
So
keep interrupting with random stuff. Go ahead.
to give it some curb appeal, I would definitely add a front porch here, make it a little bit more homey. Um, any home around this price, or just any home in general, you're going to need to get that roof inspected. And so if you have any roof issues, think about replacing the roof and extending the overhang so it covers some of the porch as well. I would change the color, put some landscaping around the front part of the property and the sides. You have to be able to, have a little room to play with here, but I don't really find it appealing. As far as a blank canvas, I think you have more blank than you have more canvas. So that's just my opinion now. I mean, you could see something completely different. So let's see here. Let's move on over to the kitchen, unless Roger, you have something else to add.
No, no. I would actually tell people that, um, the point of our reviews of these homes is to give you Tagg's opinion and my opinion, and they don't always follow the same straight line. In fact, in this case, they do not. But anyway, I know the kitchen and bathroom are your favorite spots to look at in the house, so I'll be quiet now so you can discuss the kitchen.
Okay. Well, I would redo the kitchen. Um, but I do like the fact that it has a window in here. That's always a added plus.
It
We
is,
only
yeah.
have one view of the kitchen. Maybe there's another view in another photo in more 17, or in more photos. Hello, because there's 17 pictures. But we're gonna have to come back to the kitchen. Um, I do like the archway in here, so that's good. You got to change this light fixture, get more light in the kitchen. But I kind of want to
Definitely.
know what's on the other side of the kitchen, if there's a door, or if this is the only entry here before I go tackling walls and whatnot. So
Right.
let's move over to the bathroom.
If we could go back to the kitchen before we finish with that or stop with the kitchen stuff. So the things that I'm taking note of, I guess, like Tagg, I'm a big fan of a window in the kitchen, especially when it's over the sink. It's one of my number one things that I like about these kitchens when we, look at these houses. But I'm really wondering what the heck is on top of that stove. I just can't really make out what that thing is.
This right
Another
here.
thing, yes, exactly. I can see the end of the range hood there where you just had the cursor at, sort of right at the edge of the doorway.
Hmm.
But the other thing, the vertical thing that's sitting on the stove, I cannot figure out what the heck
Oh,
that thing is.
I think it's part of the door frame.
No, 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 no.
This?
Um, well, yes, but about that end that goes up about 30 inches from where you had your cursor. Like
This?
you're putting your cursor on the wall,
Oh,
and I'm talking about,
this. I think this
yes.
is the refrigerator doors. But who
Then
knows?
that would have to be the, you mean like somebody just took the doors off the refrigerator and set them on the stove?
I don't think that's really sitting on the stove. I see a shadow here. I think the doors are just open,
But
probably for ventilation, because I see like a trim right here, and then I see the white part of the what I think is the refrigerator, because it's extended over the top of the range hood. It goes beyond it. So I'm thinking it's the refrigerator opened.
okay, well, if that's the case, that would be the outside of the refrigerator door. So my mind is really stuck there. I mean, where's the rest of the refrigerator if that's the
Right here.
outside?
I'm thinking that this is the refrigerator and these are the doors open, pulled
Okay,
out. Because I mean it's about that color,
okay,
stainless
all
steel.
right.
So anyway,
The
maybe we'll.
perspective was breaking my mind. And then before you go away, is that where the dishwasher was? That opening
I think so.
to the left of the base cabinet by the
Yeah,
sink? All right,
because I
all right,
I
all right.
do see some PVC piping right here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to close this door because they're doing a lawn service back here. Be right
All
back.
right. Well, then I get to keep talking, right? So I do kind of like these upper cabinets, although a lot of the times we see the gap between the counter and the bottom of the upper cabinets, I believe is too small in this case. I think it's like that. So I think when you take these cabinets down, they look pretty decent from this distance, and then this photo, I I definitely would be trying to repurpose those somewhere for storage. But anyway, I will be quiet now because I've dragged us too long down this kitchen road. So let's switch to the bathroom.
Okay. Oops. Okay, here we go. This is a what we got going on with the floor. Can we see daylight?
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay.
Which is, if that is in fact daylight, that's all kinds of bad because, you know, even on a pier and beam home, you really don't want to have gaps of daylight. You want to restrict the amount of cold and hot air that gets into your crawl space on a pier and beam, so that you've got better control of what the inside air is, the temperature of it. So I don't know what's going on there, but I would definitely be uh, looking really, really close right here. And you can
Yeah.
see the PEX lines where they've begun to run hot and cold supply for a sink there on the left. Uh, and then on the wall on the right near the toilet is a toilet paper holder that's attached to the wall. I think it's kind of neat the way they took the slope and put a shelf in there so that you can, have your books or your candles or whatever by the tub when you're, you know, using the tub
Yeah.
as a. But I
I
don't
think
see a shower at the top of the tub, a shower head. So I'm wondering if that's not part of the bath. nor do I see a shower curtain rod. I need to do that. I'm thinking we're talking a complete overhaul, but I'm going to stop talking now so you can talk about the bathroom.
Oh, well, I think that's really crafty. That shows some uh, craftsmanship abilities here to come up with an idea like that versus the standard shower and tub kit or just tub kit. I do like this trim around the window, but I think this bathroom is a disaster and it's going to take a lot more than pine saw to get this in tip top shape. So, um, yeah, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. We have more
17
pictures.
more photos.
Yes, and so we're familiar with the outside and the children in the attic look.
Yeah,
And
here
so
there
this,
there was something that I didn't notice before that I saw in that last photo. There's a little bit of a dormer to bring in some light there on that from
yeah.
that side. Anyway, please continue.
Okay, well, this is a cute little one-car garage. You can make this into a second dwelling, or you can build onto this and incorporate another area for parking, probably a cover for this boat. I couldn't imagine living in Maine with the weather conditions that Maine is known to have, and just have my fun stuff sitting outside in the elements, anyway, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, 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 I'm good.
Okay. And here is the back. Boy, the back looks just like the front.
It does.
And so it definitely needs someone in here with a creative imagination and give this home some personality. It doesn't look like you have much room to extend on the back end of the home unless you take up some of this driveway here, but it doesn't mean that it is not doable. I mean, you can go up. So just keep that in consideration. I mean, for $39,000, it's still a decent price.
Uh-huh.
You got a lot of work ahead of you. So, um, but it's nice to know this in advance so you can budget for it, you know? Uh,
Time and money.
yeah,
Yeah.
time and money. Exactly. So knowing that the roof is in this kind of condition, I mean, this is just weathering, uh, it happens. And so you have the decision to either create something new in its place or incorporate some materials that is a little bit more weather friendly so you don't have these kind of repairs for the future. Do you have anything to add before I move on?
Well, I think I would um, first try scraping those and see if you can get the loose paint off, and then just put a fresh coat of paint. Probably a good primer first, and then a fresh coat of a quality paint. Because as you said, the weather's going to be a challenge. Anyway,
Yeah. And you definitely got to replace windows, which I'm glad that we have a view of the windows because I think I would incorporate something more weather resistant simply because you're living in Maine and I'm sure temperatures get real cold.
yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
going to have the most energy efficient windows that you can find.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yep, gonna need some repairs to the roof, although this looks really decent right here. But, you have the structure around it that is causing some concern, a lot of concern. Do you have anything to add before I scroll on?
Um, I can't really tell if I don't believe there's any soffit and fascia there. I think that's just the roof that we're able to see below where we can see the shingles. Yeah, I think I would be trying to do something to control the water, probably a gutter um, that could handle it. Stuff that would, keep the water outside the house. I'd be looking to do those kind of things.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. So it looks as though we have the. Is this the same bath? No, this is not the same bathroom. Okay. So we have
No,
another bathroom in here that needs an overhaul. Absolutely. But you do have room in here to do a double sink. I think I would rearrange this toilet so it's facing the opposite in a different direction. So there's to take advantage of the space of the bathroom without having wasted space. So yeah, you might need to get a what do you call it? Not an
oh,
architect, but a space planner
oh.
to really kind of give you a visual of what you can do to upgrade that space so it's more functional. Wow, this looks like a disaster. Don't know what room this is, but I'm gonna go with maybe that this is an upstairs room. So you're gonna have water leakage. You're gonna, this. Hmm.
I think we have to drop the whole ceiling and
Yeah.
perhaps replace that insulation before putting the ceiling back.
Yeah, and it's the whole room. So, I'm really having a difficult time. I know we've viewed plenty of properties that it has had ceiling issues and stuff, but the whole vibe of the house, I'm thinking taking it down all the way to the studs because I'm seeing one problem after another problem, and the home was built in when
1900.
1900. So you might have some good bones here, but you got to take it down to the bare bones and just create something new. And, you can update it for it to have a modern appearance and not the barn appearance, unless you like that kind of look. But you have the options here for the price point that they're giving you. I think this is very low and doable. So, yeah, yeah, mm. I don't want to knock it because nothing is perfect in this life, what I'm saying, but at the same time, um you don't want to disregard it because it is built in the 19 early 1900s. You have some really great materials, and if you incorporate the modern materials that you have now, you can have a brand new home that is efficient. So, but at least the exposure is here so you know what you're dealing with. All this insulation is going to have to go. There's some materials now that are upgraded and cost effective in the long run if you decide to take it down to the bones and replace some of the stuff or all of it. Any comments?
I like that they've got a little closet set up under the stairs with this door here, and we've remarked, both of us, Tagg and I, like this kind of door. They're solid, they're vintage. I'd be refinishing that and put it back in place, but it would be behind a long list of other things that are going to be done to the house. I'm probably at this point leaning in with Tagg about pulling down the ceiling throughout the house, pulling down the walls, pulling up the floors to the subfloor at least, and then just replacing whatever needs to be replaced that may have rot in it. And doing that is a huge undertaking. It's a lot of time and money, but the gain you have from doing that is when you put it all back, you'll have a chance to check out your electric and plumbing so that you can make sure that those are in good shape and able to serve you well going forward. And then you can, make your own choices on, your flooring, what you're going to have, what your ceiling's going to be, maybe just drywall and texture, but, there's a lot of other things that can be done too. And then, you can, it, with walls, they're a little bit easier. You put on drywall and you get it taped and mudded properly, which, by the way, I don't do, so I'd be paying for that to be done. But then you go to the paint store and pick a nice color to make your house reflect your the things that you like and love. Anyway, I think I may have gone a little overboard there with my comments. Maybe that's the way I'm feeling today. I'm not sure. And this looks like the downstairs to the basement. I'm not sure, but that's the vibe I'm getting. I mean, I can see stairs going down.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay. All right.
So hopefully we'll get some pictures of the basement. Okay. Well, at least for $39,000, you do have some drywall in here that comes with a free house. So,
Paying quite a bit for this drywall, but you're right. It does come with a free house.
okay. Oh, you got some natural hardwood floors in here.
I see that.
Hopefully, it'll be through the lower level of the home, so you can just put some TLC to it. You know.
Yeah.
Wonder if this is a side yard. Don't know.
The views of the windows
Yeah.
through the windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the back looked pretty shallow, but it was just going from that angle. So, this could be a cute little office or whatever. This looks like it's upstairs.
I think you're right about that. So you can see they've done a lot of work. I guess no way of knowing, what caused it to be on the market without being finished. But I think I'd still be tearing it all out because, you just don't really know what you've got behind there. Kind of taking a crapshoot if you leave part of it up and not and take the rest down. That'd be kind of weird. To me, it'd be all or nothing.
I know that feeling. Okay, so we've made it through 17 pictures of, oh my God.
We only see those hardwoods in one photo too of the house. It's kind of funny. But I assume if it's in one spot, it's throughout. And certainly when the house was built, it was common for them to have a hardwood floor.
Yeah.
So, that could be a win.
Yeah. Okay. Well, obviously, it's not live-in ready to fix it up while you're in the home. You need to do some major construction before.
I don't know if they intended to start working on both bathrooms at the same time, or they were just in such bad shape that was necessary. But I think it's like an unwritten rule of DIY or home renovation to use one bathroom while you're renovating the other one.
Yeah. Yeah. You can buy your furnishings in bulk to get a good deal, so that's just something you have to do prior to tearing down a bathroom. If you need a toilet, you need sinks, it's just deciding on what style you're going to go with. But typically this stuff is pretty much regularly standard. So, special orders is exactly what it is. So you wouldn't want to make that kind of investment until you had some type of floor plan for measurements and things like that. So let's go over here to maps while I'm just babbling on. Today just feels like a Monday. I don't know why, but
And disagree. So usually when we look at the map, I talk to you folks out there that are watching our video and just say thank you for being here and for watching the video. And if you hear this comment, then you've made it through most of it. We appreciate it. It is our belief that the median home price of homes is too high, and that you can still find a home with the understanding that you're going to have to do some work, do some renovation or clean up or what have you, put in some sweat equity. And I covered that in the very beginning, or I commented on it. But it's our hope that, bringing these kind of homes to our videos will help people, that are in a home buying journey or search. So we wish you the very best. And I think I already said thank you for being here, but I'll hand things back off to Tagg to close us out. And we
yeah.
hope you have a great day.
Yeah, I don't mean to change the subject, but when I saw Salt Butter Farm, I'm thinking, oh man, just being close to this 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 farm of salt butter. Oh my gosh, I think I would be trying to figure out how I could be a permanent fixture over there. That's what I'm thinking. But I guess I'm just hungry. I'm hungry all the time. So constantly having food in my mind. And with that being said, this is a great opportunity if you're doing any type of homesteading, having it outside grocery store right at your fingertips. Um, this channel is for you. We try to bring the creativity and give people a vision of what the possibilities could be for the amount of money that you're spending, and just at the end of the day, it's about people helping people. So yeah, if you have information you'd like to share, or a home you're trying to get the word out about, you want to sell sooner than later, we're more than happy to um, feature it on this channel. Just put your comments in or post your comments in the comment section, and a link that we can use. We're here to help. Everything in this world costs. There's nothing for free, and we're trying to offer some free solutions, free services to people that out there who are interested in bettering their lifestyle. So anyway, Roger, that's all I got to say about it. And so
Bye,
I
y'all.
guess we're going to end. We'll catch you next video.